A lot of times when you're cutting quartzes and different kinds of materials, different quartzes, there are some materials that you get a feel for. When you cut, when I cut the apatite materials, and I work with the apatite materials, literally hands-on with them, you generally get a vibe from it. It's really, really strange.
Well, the vibes we're getting is that there's less than 300 of those sets left, so a lot of you are finding it online. We will get there shortly. I do want to go here, though, because this, you know, the word masterpiece gets thrown around very liberally. This is truly a masterpiece. It is a 3 square, 2 triangular brown amber stations. Amber. When have you seen amber like this? Inlaid with this checkerboard pattern. So you've got turquoise, you've got orange and red spiny oyster, you've got the red coral as well. There is a lot to see here. Jay, again, not to put the numbers on it again, but this is $119 for something that must have taken hours to create.
Well, if you even think about, okay, number one, just the ability to gather the raw materials that went into making this design, right? I want you to think about that. You know, just all that you had to go through to be able to actually just put together the raw materials so that you could actually create something like this. And then the skill level, you know, the level of skill that the lapidarist had to have to be able to do this and do this precisely the way it is. These are all individually hand done, okay? There is no machine that will make something like this. These are all individually hand created. And here's really what the challenge is on this. So what is your base material here? Your base material is what, you know, the material that you have the most of that you're going to design around. It's amber.
Yes.
So this is Ukrainian amber. It's a natural amber, Ukrainian amber. And then the freeform beads, the bigger beads, those are all carved out. Think about how precise that they've done these. So where they actually carve that out. They take a Dremel, a diamond Dremel, they carve that out precisely, they measure it, and then they have to keep it, you know, it can be off a little bit, but not much. They have to keep the depth and everything. Then they take the turquoise, the coral, and the spiny shell, and they cut that all up, and then they have to put those together just like a puzzle, like a jigsaw puzzle, to come up with that design. And look how precise these are. They almost look perfect, but when you get them and how you can tell, you know how you can tell something's hand done? Is it the small imperfections.
Right.
Right? So if something is done machine made or anything, they're all going to be pretty precise, right? Because it's all that. When you look at something that is truly handmade, truly hand done, you're going to see little imperfections because it's not machine made. So that's all done just by the eye. They don't have a micrometer and measure those. They actually take it and they cut it and they do it all by hand. And they all hand set them. So that checkerboard, the checkerboard of the turquoise, of the coral, and of the spiny oyster, that is all hand cut, hand laid from the natural material, and then it's inlaid within the amber. Here's another interesting thing, okay? Just little technicalities, right? I want you to think about this. Most people wouldn't. When you polish something like this, you have, these are much harder than the amber.
Sure.
So the amber, I don't know if you don't polish amber in it. You know, like polishing amber is actually an art in itself. Right. You can't get it hot, right? So you can't use, and you can't use anything aggressive to actually polish it, right? So you polish it with leather.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, leather. Everything's like a leather wheels. So you have to polish that, and so you have to polish the turquoise, the coral, and the spiny oyster, which is harder. You have to polish those individually before you set them.
How incredible.
So those are all hand polished, then they're set, and then they do a leather buff, and then they finish it out. So it's just the little technicalities on how these are created. And I will tell you this, I will put our quality up against anybody.
I would too.
I think that you know, I know that's a broad statement, but I have to tell you, I see a lot of jewelry, right? And I guarantee you, I'll put our artists up against anybody. We take great pride in being precise on what we do and making absolutely the best product that you can get.
And Jay, just so everybody at home knows, because I know you're proud of this, and rightly so, a lot of the folks that have worked with you for years in your company.
So long that, do you know that the reality is I'm the oldest person, right?
But the youngest at heart, Jay.
Okay, well, that's why I love you, Adam. No, I'm the oldest, but I have people that have worked for me for decades, right? Decades.
So that's like a family.
Yeah, I mean, well, we're very, very tight. Everybody's, and that's why we work really well together. A lot of the artists and stuff that I work with, I've watched their children grow up, and now, it's not child labor, guys. I'm talking people that, when I say children, that are now in their 20s, right? You know, maybe 18 to
Right.
you know, to 25. So I have some of my artists that have worked for us for so long that their children are now working for us. So it's really kind of fun. Very different.
Well, I mean, this is obviously a massive credit to them, because this is hours and hours and hours of skilled work. We started with 400. I have fewer than 250 now left. I want to speak to every one of the amber lovers out there, and there's many of us. We love our amber. We don't see as much amber as we used to do. I have never seen a breakthrough the way Jay has broken through with his team, taking amber to new heights and new levels, because you've got this basis, right, of this stunning amber, but then you've got this incredible inlay work. And as I run my finger over the top, over the surface,
yeah,
you can't feel anything.
No, you could actually just run your fingernail and you don't find any
It's
gap.
seamless.
And here again, seamless is just because the precision of how that they do those inlays, they're so tight. Here again, this isn't something you just learn overnight. I mean, this is truly a work of art.
Last call. They are letting me know fewer than 200 now left. I mean, Jay, again, let's finish the way we started. We're so used to great prices. Sometimes it kind of goes over our head. Jay, this is $119 for all this. Please.
I quit looking at the prices.
You can't. It's going to drive your blood pressure up.
Well, but I look at the prices, and here again, I just explained to you.
Speechless.
Why even at our original price, that really was almost, I mean, that in fact is almost at a wholesale price to start with, right?
Well, talking of great prices,